From an extraterrestrial-looking fruit with a name to match, to a taste-changing berry, here are some amazing fruits you've never heard of. Number 14. Star fruit. This fruit is also called carambola. It grows between 2 and 6 inches in length and has the overall shape of an oval. What makes it peculiar is its shape. The star fruit has 5 prominent ridges, so when it's cut into slices, it looks like stars. Its skin is fragile and smooth, and it turns a dark yellow color when it's ready to eat. Adding to its cosmic appearance, it is rich in vitamin C, potassium, and antioxidants. Plus, it's low in sugar and sodium, making it a very healthy snack option. However, there are 2 types of star fruit. One of them is sweet and can be compared to the flavor of an apple or a grape combination, but the other one is very sour. An easy way to tell which is that the sweeter version has a thicker skin. It can be eaten as is or used in juices, salsas, smoothies, or even salads. Number 13. HALAFRUIT. This strange fruit grows on the Pandanus tectorius tree. It reaches up to 8 inches across and nearly 12 inches long. The HALAFRUIT is made up of several phalanges, also called carpels, keys or cones, that are about 8 inches long each. The outside of it is dark green, while the inside is bright orange, giving it the appearance of a planetary explosion when the interior is exposed. To eat the fruit, you have to take one of the cones off using something sturdy, like the metal back of a hammer. After that, the rest of them should loosen up for easy removal. You then chew on the center of the key to break down the fibrous material and enjoy the juice that's on the inside. The taste of the HALAFRUIT is similar to sugarcane. Number 12. SALAK fruit. This peculiar fruit has a scaly exterior, similar to a snake. So unsurprisingly, it's sometimes referred to as the snake fruit. The color of the fruit is dark brownish red, which adds to its reptile appearance. They grow in bunches at the bottom of the palm and are pretty small, only reaching to the size of a fig. They are also shaped like a fig, with a tapered top and a rounded base. To peel the snake fruit, you pull from the top. The flesh is arranged into 3 sections and has the appearance and consistency of garlic cloves. The fruit is edible, but the seeds are not. Its flavor is sweet and slightly sour and can come across as a bit harsh. Its texture ranges from dry and brittle to wet and crisp. Number 11. Jackfruit. This fruit is found throughout Southeast Asia. It is also called baby jackfruit, sweet gourd, spiny bitter gourd, and red melon. It has a short harvest period, which means it is generally only served on special occasions, such as weddings and the Vietnamese New Year. The jackfruit's color is a big reason why it stands out. It is bright orange-red, and its exterior is covered in small spikes. The inside of it is crimson red, reinforcing the fruit's striking color. The jackfruit has very high levels of lycopene and beta-carotene, which is the reason for its extraordinary hue. It shouldn't shock anyone that the outside is inedible, so the flesh within is the only part that can be eaten. Number 10. ACKEE fruit. This is Jamaica's national fruit and is also an essential part of its national dish, ackee and saltfish. Its overall shape is similar to a pear's, and its color is bright orange. When it ripens, it splits open, exposing its 3 inner seeds. The seeds are each coated with white-yellow, soft flesh, called the aril. It is often compared to the texture of scrambled eggs. When the fruit isn't yet ripe, its seeds and arils contain a toxin called hypoglycin. If this toxin is consumed, it can lead to Jamaican vomiting sickness. Although it usually only causes vomiting, it can become severe and result in seizures, coma, and fatality. However, people continue to brave eating the ACKEE fruit, and it is one of Jamaica's major exports. The fruit is canned and sent to other countries, including the United States. Even though the seeds are included within the can, the amount of the toxin is within the FDA's standards. Number 9. Horned melon. This dangerous-looking fruit is part of the melon and cucumber families. It is naturally found in Sub-Saharan Africa. It is now cultivated in various other places, including the United States, Australia, and Italy. As you can probably tell by its name, the horned melon is covered in, well, horns. So it might not seem like something you'd want to consume, however, the flavor is sweet and sour and is compared to a lime and banana mixture. The texture might be the weirdest aspect of the horned melon. The flesh is the consistency of jelly and is filled with cucumber-like seeds. When it is ripe, the outside is bright orange-red and the inside is strikingly green. It can be eaten at any point during the ripening process. But when it comes close to being overripe, you might want to keep your distance. This melon explodes to release its seeds. The horned melon can be used in numerous recipes like salads, salsas, cocktails, or smoothies, but it can also be eaten as is. Keeping the fruit cold or adding salt or sugar will enhance its flavor. Number 8. JABUTICABA. This alien-looking fruit grows on the Brazilian grape tree. It is a berry with thick skin that is generally about 1.5 inches across. It is dark purple on the outside, and its flesh ranges from white to light pink. The texture is similar to gelatin. and it has up to 4 substantial seeds inside. Most of the time, the JABUTICABAs are eaten fresh off the tree but are also used to make tarts, jams, and wines. Since they ferment very quickly, making non-perishable items is a great way to use them. They also contain numerous antioxidants, anti-cancer compounds, and anti-inflammatories, one of which is only found in this fruit. Considering the name of the tree, it isn't surprising that they look similar to grapes. However, the fruit grows out of the trunk, covering the bark in clusters and adding to the surreal appearance. Number 7. Breadfruit. This tropical fruit originated in the Oceania region of the world and is a member of the jackfruit family. It is served as part of many meals within numerous countries because it is a high-yielding fruit. One tree grows about 200 breadfruits every season. They are roughly the size of a grapefruit and don't need to be tended to very much. It is bright yellow-green and covered in spikes. Breadfruit is used for cooking when it is both ripe and unripe. It can be prepared in numerous ways, including boiling, frying, roasting, or baking. After it is cooked, it tastes a lot like fresh bread or potatoes, hence its name. If it is consumed raw, it is a good source of vitamin C and also has reasonable amounts of potassium and thiamine. Number 6. Miracle berry. This interesting fruit would amaze just about anybody. Although the berry doesn't look unique, being about the size, shape, and color of grape tomatoes, what they do is extraordinary. If somebody eats this fruit, then everything they eat afterward tastes sweet. Things that normally taste sour or bitter, like vinegar or citrus, don't have that usual weird aftertaste. This strange effect is caused by miraculin, which was extracted by Professor Kenzo Kurihara and is named after the berry itself. The reason for this reaction isn't yet known, however, it can last for up to an hour. The miracle berry alone doesn't taste very sweet, it doesn't contain much sugar, and is slightly tangy. But if your kids refuse to eat their bitter greens, then feed them this fruit first, and they'll be enjoying that kale in no time. Number 5. Black sapote. This fruit is similar to a tomato and can grow up to 4 inches across. This skin can't be eaten and changes from an olive color to a dark yellow-green hue when it is ripe. The inside is white and inedible when the fruit isn't ripe. However, it changes to a dark brown color when it is ready for consumption. Because of this, it is sometimes called the chocolate pudding fruit. The texture is often compared to the delicious dessert, as well as the flavor. So next time you want to put chocolate pudding in your kids' lunch, maybe trick them into eating some fruit instead. Number 4. Durian. This is perhaps one of the most off-putting fruits known to man. The durian is a giant spiky fruit that grows up to a foot long and 6 inches across. It is a dark yellow-brown color and smells about as appetizing as it looks. Due to its overpowering odor and taste, it's surprising that it is widespread in many dishes in its native countries like Indonesia and Malaysia. Durian is used to make various things like ice cream, candy, and cookies. The flavor of this weird fruit has compared to many things, including cream cheese, rotting onions, and even almonds. But what makes it worse is its texture. Durian has the consistency of custard. It's surprising that it is such a common ingredient in desserts, since it requires an acquired taste to enjoy. There are even signs on some subway systems that say no durian is allowed on the train because of its pungent scent. However, since it is so widely used in that area of the world, it is only strange to people from other nations. I mean, who wants onion-flavored custard? Nobody I can think of. Number 3. Wood apple. This strange fruit is even weirder than it sounds. The wood apple has an exterior that looks like a coconut growing mold. It grows to about the size of a coconut as well, and its outer shell is very hard. It has to be opened using the back of a knife or by cracking it on the ground. Once the shell cracks and the fruit is opened up, the strange inside is revealed. It has a soft, deep brown flesh that looks similar to what you might find in a baby's diaper. However, the smell is much different. The scent is aged like raisins and is very strong. Just like durian, the wood apple can smell up an entire room. This fruit is generally used in juices, smoothies, and shakes, and it can also be eaten as is with a spoon. The wood apple is usually sweet and a bit acidic, so people will sometimes add sugar to even out the tanginess. It also exhibits several textures within the flesh, crunchy seeds, and fibrous areas, all contained within a smooth, jam-like filler. Number 2. Buddha's hand. This citrus fruit is very unusual because of its shape. It is called Buddha's hand because of its long, finger-like extremities. Its appearance can also be compared to an octopus or a squid. It has a round top with several of the oddly shaped fingers growing out of it. It has a strong scent that is very pleasant, and people in many Asian countries use it to make their houses smell nice and will use it on clothes as well. It is also used as an offering to Buddha. People will place this fruit with a closed hand in a Buddhist temple. Another odd thing about this fruit besides its shape is that it doesn't contain juice or pulp, but it can be zested, candied, or used in medicinal concoctions. Number 1. Rambutan. This small spiny fruit is native to Southeast Asian areas. It is related to various other fruits, including the longan and lychee. Its name, rambutan, comes from the Malay-Indonesian word for hair, referring to all of the tiny spines that protrude from its exterior. The outside of the fruit is bright red, and the tips of the spikes are lime green, enhancing its otherworldly appearance. However, they come in different colors as well, including yellow and green. Although they appear like they might stab you if you hold one, peeling one is very easy. When you open the rambutan, you might be slightly alarmed because the fruit itself is pure white, contrasting greatly from its skin. This fruit is great to combat various medical issues too. It is high in fiber and aids digestion. It also helps fight infections due to its antiseptic properties, and its high concentrations of antioxidants make it anti-carcinogenic and antimicrobial. It is also known to help get rid of parasites living in a person's stomach because it acts as an antifungal. Plus, the phosphorus within the rambutan helps with healthy teeth and bones. Honestly, everyone should be eating this fruit on a daily basis. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.